Good afternoon, dear viewers of MKU TV. Welcome to our show this afternoon, and my name is Jeffer Anthony. And today we are going to discuss about the climate change and its effects on agriculture at large. And of course, I have my guests here, whereby they will introduce themselves and they will share with us what they have on the climate change. So from the far end, please welcome and introduce yourself. Tell us where you are coming from and who you are.
Thank you so much for having me to the MKU studios. My name is Victor. I am a student, and I also happen to be a farmer right here in Nakuru County. And to say something small about it is that climate change is really affecting us a lot, and I'm hoping I'm going to ask her some questions and also give some input into the topic to continue with the discussion.
Thank you so much. My name is Anne Kitrap. I am a small farmer. I'm a large-scale farmer and a small-scale farmer. Despite that, I'm working under the NGO's company, and I'm a student at Mount Kenya University, and I come from Nakuru campus, Narok County.
Hello. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm by name Santina Nuyat. I'm from South Sudan. I'm a student at MKU.
We are glad to have you here, and on to the issue itself, because we are talking about the climate change and its effects on agriculture. So how do you understand by this climate change, and how has it changed, and the effects now from the effects that have brought by this climate change itself? Okay, maybe from our guest here, Santino, can explain a bit on what do you understand about the climate change?
One of the effects we have environmental effects and health effects. We also have economics effects.
So the effects, now that's on the effects, okay? The effects, but I just want at least to tell the one who is viewing us, or those who are following us, to understand what the climate itself, the climate change, what does it mean? What does the climate change mean? Okay, maybe you can help.
Let me try put something small.
Okay.
Climate change, if we turn it to Kiswahili, ni mbadiliko wa tabia nchi, si ndio? And the climate change, it usually is said takes about 35 years so that it's actually seen. Others are usually where the changes. I'm not sure whether I'm right in that. But climate change, it's something that's affecting how the weather of the nation or the country itself is looking at a particular point in time.
The long-term effects of the weather.
Yeah,
that's like that. So the long-term effects of weather have brought in very difficult things and a lot of effects on the land, right? Like that, right? Okay, so what the sum of effects, like our guest here, Santino, have been already highlighting, like we have environmental effects, and so how is it this environmental
effects? How is it be like? Because the effects are many, and the effects. If you tell me like environmental effects, I don't understand what's all about. So maybe what is it all about?
It is labor, rising, community, and economy.
Okay, maybe one can assist or can elaborate on it
more so that the viewers can understand what this effect all about and how does it come into these things and how can it be revealed? Like if I see these characteristics or these features, I can clearly know this is a this effect.
Let me try put something. I'm not sure whether I got the point well, but I think the thing she was trying to talk about was environmental effects. Owing to the fact that changes in climate brings changes to the environment. Over the past year, since the beginning of this year, 2025, Kenya has experienced, some parts of Kenya has experienced a lot of rain in comparison to the other years.
Yeah, sure.
And the fact that we've received a lot of rain has led to increase in growth of vegetation, which in the past has been something hard. We've been receiving low amounts of rain, which have led to droughts in some parts of the country. But now the fact that it's raining enough right now, we're getting enough rain in that now there is that availability of water, which makes growth develop. And looking at it from the other side, the environmental effects still is that if the climate was to change to something terrible or was to deteriorate, the effects will have been visible too. Right now we could have been experiencing a lot of dust bursts. We could have been experiencing a lot of whirlwinds which come together with a lot of dust, which is actually not so good to the human body, due to its effects such as respiratory effects and effects such as respiratory effects and effects such as the eye problems, because dust causes problems
Just
with the eyes.
cause
Yeah, so
problems with
it's
the eyes.
part of the environmental effects that would have been visible as of now. But right now I can say the climate is kind of suitable for us as farmers right now. And probably, I think that's what I'm going to add on for now. I'm going to pass.
A moment, maybe because you said the climate is kind of favorite to the farmers right now, because maybe where you are coming from maybe is favorite. It favors the farmers. And by the way, there are some parts of this country or in this world in large, they have not received any amount of rainfall. Like it's pure sun and hot climate or hot weather in those areas. Like so, what can we do? And in fact, let me just, before we go there, let me ask this question, because you've said about the dust when the wind blows. So what can you maybe advise the people outside there, the ones who are in such areas where when the wind blows, then there is that a lot of dust, because you see dust can be caused when there is no grass, there is no trees, where the land is bare.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Let me try to answer that about the wind blowing and yeah. So I can say for now they should plant trees that will act as wind breakers. We also have they should plant trees that will act as wind breakers. This can prevent the dust. It can prevent a lot of winds that blows from
All right, then still on to the effects of the climate change. Okay, so now we want to look at it and that effects now, how does it affect the agriculture, the sector of agriculture now?
For me, climate change is the complete alteration of temperature and weather, right?
Yeah.
So when it is altered, the climate change has caused crop reduce in degradation of crop yield. Like it has reduced yielding of.
Yeah, because because
Yeah.
when there is no
Favorable conditions to plant, you can't plant. Like
Also,
that.
a lot of rain. Kuna plants ambazo zinahitaji mvua kiasi kama maize. Maize requires a little amount of rain. So hiyo mvua mingi unaona kama yielding ina reduce kwa sababu pests zina affect, something like that. Also climate change, I can say kuna hii season. We plant with season. Agriculture is it true that we plant with season? We go with season. So unapata kama climate change ina cause seasoning. Kama tulikuwa tunapanda within January and February. So hiyo mvua ikikosekana unaona tumepush to.
Okay, like the seasons have now changed.
Yeah, it alters the seasoning.
January and March.
Yes.
And now we are planting from May and June there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's it shifts
Yeah.
the seasons.
Yeah. That one can also cause the reduce of yielding.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the shift of the seasons reduction of yields.
Yeah.
How?
So you see unaona ukichelewa kupanda kunakuwa na hizo pest ambazo zina affect. Kuna hizo pest zenye zinatangulia kwenye mchanga alafu
But
Drought.
sinakwambia it affects the plantation. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that. And maybe because you've said if the season has shifted, it reduces the yields from the farm.
Yeah.
And I have a concern about that because the shifting of the seasons, I don't see it affecting the productivity in the farm. What it affects is delays the times to do what? To plant.
Let me ask you. Let me ask this question. You have planted your crop within January as usual. But now that the plant is in the soil, but you have gone 1 month later, 2 weeks, bado hakuna mvua.
okay, are there people who plant before it rains?
Okay, but si kuna hiyo nini takwambia aje
From where
weather unaona.
where I come from, we wait until it rains when it
That planting. Yeah, like that.
Okay.
So I don't see if the season of raining has shifted. Okay, from January now it goes to maybe we say May. I don't see it it will affect the productivity in my farm. Why? Because I see because I don't plant until I see rain like that. Okay, to some extent I can say it will reduce. It will reduce the food in our homes like that, because you see when you used to plant during January's and now you are planting during June or May like that, then it means this time from January to May you will consume the yields that you had. You see, but now I think because of this we can get the productions or the yields in late times, so we consume the yields that we had before. Okay, now apart from
It
that,
can also reduce because we have the soil degradation. You see, a lot of wind, a lot of rain, heavy rain can cause flooding. Listen to me. Yes, a lot of rain causes flooding, of which it can erode the topsoil that was fertile, reducing the yielding of so the topsoil can be affected. Ile mchanga yenye ilikuwa juu tayari imeshakuwa eroded, right? So ikishakuwa eroded, unapata kwamba huwezi panda tena mahindi hapo hivyo, si ndio? So erosion of the topsoil, like we have gully erosion. We also have, what else?
So the erosions we have here, erosions
Like those. So okay, now maybe our friend, maybe you can give us the point, maybe a point that you have, maybe on these effects of climate change.
According to these effects of climate change, to me I can say that it has increased the pests and diseases. It has increased pests and diseases. As we can see, this climate change has increased the pests
and diseases. Like now, if you plant late, it can cause this pest and diseases. Yeah.
Okay, if you plant late, okay.
Okay, fine. Okay, Madam Santino, maybe you have a point to add on it before we look at another issue. Okay. So, Mr. Victor.
Yes.
Okay, the issue is now becoming like serious, like that. Okay, so we have looked on the effects of climate change on agriculture, and we have said like when the climate changes, we can see there's a reduction of yields in the farms, and there is the point whereby our good guest here has said like it can cause more pests, like that, pests and diseases. Yes. Okay, so what can we do, maybe, or the measures then that can be taken to control these things?
They've talked about pests and diseases, and as a farmer, I can attest to that. During the year 2020, or was it 2023, around there, we had this wave of the armyworms that were actually beating down on our crops. It was not so good. The remedies that the government had for us were not working. Later on, it was discovered that it was due to the climate changes. Pests and diseases actually come in when the climate changes, especially when there is no rain. Most of the pests do not like rain. Most of them do not like rain. Let's look at pests such as the rodents, the rats, and the moles that live underground. Whenever they feel there is a lot of water around them, they run, and they do so very fast because they are not very good with water. So presence of water means enough protection for our vegetation, which also means we are going to get enough to sustain our lives in the future. She also talked about change of planting seasons. Yeah, it's true, it changes the planting seasons, but it's also a good thing if it's rain. If it's not rain, then we have problem. Because if it's rain, right now there is a lot of different varieties and hybrid plantations and crops that actually do well in rainy seasons. Talk of maize.
I think most of these plants or these crops do well in rainy season.
Yeah, but now remember there are some that actually don't do well in a lot of rain. So as I was mentioning, like maize right now, There are maize hybrids that do well in rainy seasons, and they take short season. So meaning, even if the planting season has changed, you still get to plant that maize and be able to harvest in a good season and in a good time, so that you're not going to lose in your plantation. There are crops such as potatoes. They do well in a lot of water, but one thing where we as farmers suffer from at is when there is also excessive water. Potatoes take a period of about 75 days from plantation to maturity. Yeah. And if there is excessive water during the maturity period, they are going to get a lot of water. And once they have a lot of water, they don't go to the market. You go to you go to at a loss as a farmer. It usually brings a lot of with the fact that potatoes are really fragile in their growth and their management. Potatoes need a lot of care. They need a lot of what do we call these drugs that we use to spray them? So you have to treat them a lot before you get them. And now if you get a loss, and let's say you had about 3 acres of potato plant, you will go to a very, very big loss, because the seedlings, the taking care of the farm itself, the seedlings, the chemicals used, they are expensive.
Yeah, sure.
And well, right now with this climate, I can say potatoes have been doing well from the area that I'm coming from. I've had an experience with some potatoes. I've also just harvested maize. I think was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? Yeah. I had maize harvested. I had planted the short season maize, so it was harvested. And you see, I'm planning on putting something else in the ground right now. So, with a good climate, is a good pocket for the farmer.
Yeah.
That's all I can say for now.
So, another.
Yes, Antino, maybe you can just clarify on this. What can these farmers who are living in these areas whereby there is minimal amount of rainfall, what can you advise them, and how can they do better in their farming?
So I don't know the climate here in Kenya, but if it is in South Sudan, we can cultivate during rain season. For example, like in May there.
Yeah, okay. And during this short rain season, or the minimal rain, like short rain season, what can you plant?
We plant sorghum and the groundnut, even most of vegetables.
Okay. And when you plant those
Vegetables, what are the measures that you are doing for them to grow and to the maturity?
We do nothing, we just wait
for the rain. You just wait for the rain.
So you are just purely relying on the rainfall for this for the growth of your plants and your vegetables.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, thank
you very much. So you are relying on the rain, and maybe for you, madam, maybe you just elaborate what this farmer who is in these areas that you see very minimal or less rainfall, what can you advise them? Because there are those farmers who live in those areas where the rain is not good, or is not enough, is not enough for them to grow and plant whatever they want. So what can you advise them?
To me, I can advise them.
If there's nothing in the areas that they come from, wanaweza tumia maji ya kisima, kama kuna kisima, kama kuna boreholes, they can use that water if there is some.
How can they use them to do their farming activities?
As in, watatumia hiyo maji, si watatoa maji kwa kisima, wakichota wakimwagia plants.
Let me add on her. You can use a drip irrigation. You can use the drip irrigation, the one that you use the bottle. You pin it, then you that one.
Yes.
Then you can also irrigate in the early morning and late evening. Yes, so I can also advise them to irrigate their plants and also use the greenhouse, right? Yeah, they can also use the greenhouse, and where necessary, like for the onions, like onion you can, you can, yes, you can also use a greenhouse on planting, yes, cabbage, the greens, fruits, yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. And so that
one who can at least elaborate on this about the green climate. You see nowadays that the world now want to move from from this climate, the type of climate that we have, to and get better climate. You know, the climate change has affected much, and now you see like most of these industries have caused the change of this climate, and now we can see even some motorbikes now, or motor cars, and those machines are now becoming and are advanced to use not the fuel again, but to electronics.
That's a very good question. Green climate. One thing we can say about green climate, as you've just said, the use of these EVs, the electric vehicles, it reduces on the emission of fumes to the environment, which means it's one step to the right direction in the clearing of the already poisoned ozone layer. Another thing is, what I would advise actually is, I don't know if there is a possibility of trying to start phasing out the use of greenhouses, because the greenhouses actually have a lot of effects to the environment. There is a lot of carbon emission from the greenhouses which actually affect the environment so much. If it were an emission of carbon dioxide, that would be good, because the vegetation uses carbon dioxide. But the fact that the emission of the gas is just carbon itself, it's not good. It's not good for the ozone layer, it's not good for the environment. So I think if there was a possibility of phasing it out, probably slowly, it's going to work well. Another thing is the integration of the use of renewable energy. Renewable energy leads to a green environment, meaning the fossil fuels that are being drilled, which is oil and other crude substances such as petroleum, they are going to be done away with. Once we integrate like the green energy, the solar energies, they are going to reduce on the use of fossil fuel, which emits a lot of fumes. Yeah. There is also this the need to bring in use of things such as the biogases. Biogases are natural because there is no addition of anything actually. It's just you get it from the farm, the cow dung and the water abuse that you use in the farm itself. Bring it to the digester, have your gas, and the gas is actually clean. It's not poisonous, it's clean, meaning it's reducing the fumes that are going to the environment. So I think about green energy, that's what I can say for now. I've not really dwelt so much, being that I'm a farmer and a student. I've not really dwelt so much in the green energy, but the input I can give about green energy is the two main issues. The issue of having it clean, using clean energy, try something like the solar energies that will not affect the environment. There's a point, as she was talking, I heard something about the areas that are receiving low rain. Okay, there is, I don't know the name of the machine itself. It's not a machine actually, because it does not use any electric power. It's green, it's a green energy machine. It's used for pumping water. It can actually pump water for I don't know how many kilometers, and it does not use any power actually. It's just a matter of using the gravity of the water. I wish I remembered the name of the machine. I actually have one at home. It's given me a lot of service. It's good for irrigation, mainly because at night you can just go to the river, set the machine. It uses the gravity of the water. Just make sure that wherever you're setting is a little bit lower, then it will pump water. It will pump water for, it doesn't matter how steep the climb is. It will pump water. Have your tank, raise the tank up, pump water to the tank. Later on, the next day in the morning, water is full in the tank.
Okay, so
that's all I can say for now.
Let me add something in it.
okay, this is a burning.
Yeah, the issue of afforestation and planting of trees. Yeah. So I think I can advise people on the issues of climate change. They should plant a lot of trees. Like for the NGOs, we as the NGOs and the government, we have come up with an idea of planting. We call it 1 million tree planting initiatives in Kenya. So we encourage people to plant at least a lot of trees to avoid.
So the citizens or the people should plant a lot of trees
Yes.
so that we can fight this climate change. Thank you. And Santino, maybe you can anything to add because we are winding up.
And then Madam.
To me, I don't have. I think the rest of my colleagues have said, so you can take what the rest have said.
Okay, so that's all for today, and we have had a very fruitful discussion here. And actually, where you are, please remember to plant trees, as our guest from NGO here have just told us, and make sure you adopt the use of irrigation where maybe if you are where you are there is a little rainfall, and make sure if there is rainfall, make use of that rain that you receive in your area, and get plant, just cultivate a lot of crops that you are able to cultivate, and of course you can fight hunger, and you can change the climate to be positive. This is MKU TV, and we have come to an end of the show, whereby we have concluded like that. And thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for connecting with us. And until next time, where we will come and discuss more, me, I'm Jeffa Anthony.